Welcome to Dodgers Daily for episode 1 of the Dodgers Season in Review. I'm Casey Porter. I'm so glad that you've decided to tune in. Before we get started, if you like this video, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, and share this video so we can keep growing and keep providing you content like this in the future. As I mentioned, we have a great show today. We're going to talk about the Dodgers offense in a historic season for Los Angeles, a season that the Dodgers scored 111 runs. The Dodgers also had the number 1 and number 2 hits leaders in the major leagues and also scored the most amount of runs in all of the major leagues. So it was a great season. It was historic in the regular season for 2022. We all know that it is World Series championship or bust for everybody involved, but it was a great and historic regular season, so we're going to talk all about it. And today's episode, episode 1, is going to talk all about the offense. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it, and let's talk Dodgers baseball. The Dodgers scored 847 runs, which are the most in all of baseball, and 40 runs more than the second-place Yankees, who had the second most runs in the major leagues. They also scored the most runs and had the most RBIs, but were just 4th in batting average, 5th in hits, and also 5th in home runs. The Dodgers also had the 2 players that had the most amount of hits. I mentioned a minute ago, Freddie Freeman had the number 1 most amount of hits in all the major leagues, and then Trey Turner was second with the second most amount of hits in all of Major League Baseball. The Dodgers are lethal in the way that they work pitchers. We've seen it all year. We've seen it for year after year, I probably should say, as evidenced by the Dodgers being number 1 in all of the major leagues in on-base percentage, largely a result of what you're seeing on the screen here. 607 walks they drew in 2022, and the Dodgers were also second in the major leagues in doubles, which led them to also being second in the major leagues in slugging percentage at .442, which it all works together. In turn, it led to the Dodgers being number 1 in all of baseball and OPS at .775 as a team. The offensive system for Los Angeles is just simply a well-oiled formula, and the formula is walks, doubles, and home runs. And then as of late, the last couple of years, the Dodgers have been minimizing the strikeouts, and then also add to that formula very deep pitch counts and getting into bullpens and wearing down the other team's pitcher and getting to see their arsenal as much as possible by getting into deep pitch counts. And you might be surprised, I mentioned just a minute ago that the Dodgers in the last couple of years especially have been minimizing their strikeouts. You might be surprised to know that Los Angeles was just 16th in the most amount of strikeouts in 2022, so the trade-off was minimal, and it led to a historic regular season. Freddie Freeman finished the season with the highest batting average on the club, posting a .325 average, which was second best in all of baseball, only behind Jeff McNeil of the Mets, who hit 1 point higher at .326, but McNeil had 79 fewer at-bats than Freeman. Freeman also led the Dodgers in on-base percentage at .407, OPS at .918, and RBIs at 100, and Freeman's on-base percentage is the best in the National League and second best in all the major leagues, only behind Aaron Judge of the Yankees. Freeman's OPS is second best in the NL behind Paul Goldschmidt, and his 100 RBIs are the 8th most in the National League. His .325 average marks the 3rd year in a row and 6th out of his last 7 where he has hit over 300, and 2022 was just the 3rd time in his career that he has eclipsed the 100 RBI mark. Freeman was also second on the club in walks with 84 walks on the year, which is the 7th most of any player in the major leagues. Freeman, as you can tell by all of this, is just simply a great player. He's at his peak, and he's playing on the best team in baseball. So when you put all of that together, it has come out as just a special year for the left-handed hitting L.A. native Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts led the team in runs scored, scoring 117 times, also in slugging percentage at .533 and home runs with 35, which was the most of anybody in the organization at any level and 8th most of any player in all the major leagues. He was also second on the club in OPS at .873, 3rd on the club with hits at .154. He was tied for 3rd in triples and was 4th in RBIs with 82 and walks at 55, stolen bases at 12, and also 4th in batting average at 269. Betts' 35 home runs was the most in his career, and his 82 RBIs were the third most he has collected in one season. He had over 100 RBIs in 2016 and 2017. So Mookie Betts had a great year for the Dodgers, and hopefully he can have a great postseason. Trey Turner led the Dodgers in stolen bases and had the most amount of at-bats on the club as well with 652. He also finished with the second most hits at 194. He had 4 triples, which was the second most of the Dodgers, and surprisingly, he was also second on the team in RBIs as well with 100. His 100 RBIs are easily the most in his career for one season. He also finished third on the team in doubles with 39 and tied for third most home runs on the year with 21, which is the second most he has ever hit in one season. So Turner was second in the league in hits, was top 10 in stolen bases, and top 15 in batting average. He had just a great year, Trey Turner. Will Smith was second on the team in home runs with 24 and third in RBIs at 87, third in walks at 56, and he tied for third in triples with 3. He was also fourth on the team in on-base percentage at 343, and his slugging percentage at 343 was also good for fourth on the team. His OPS and slugging percentage were second best amongst all catchers in the major leagues, and he had the most amount of RBIs of any catcher and the third best batting average. So there's a great case to make that Will Smith is the best catcher in baseball. He set career highs in 2022 in hits, doubles, total bases, triples, and RBIs. So Will Smith had a great year this year. If you remove 2020, which was only a 60-game season, he also set a career high in batting average and drew the second most walks in one season of his career. And he also hit the second most home runs of any season in his career since becoming a big leaguer. So Will Smith, that you're seeing right there, had a great year, probably the best year of his career so far. After starting very slow, Justin Turner finished 2022 hot, hitting 400 in July, 314 in August, and 342 in September. Turner was hitting just 236 at the end of June, but finished the season with a 278 batting average, which is the exact same average he had last year. So he has hit exactly 278 in back-to-back years, and his batting average of 278 was good for third best on the team. Turner was also second on the team in on-base percentage at 350, and this year, I should say, marked just the first time in 9 seasons where he has not posted an OPS over 800. Turner also set a career high in doubles with 36, so all in all, considering where Justin Turner came from, how he got off to a slow start, he ended up very, very well. Hopefully he can get hot in the postseason. Gavin Lux got blazing hot in June, posting a 341 average, and also in July where he hit 320. He finished the season hitting 276, which was easily his best single-season batting average. He also set a career high in hits with 66, doubles, and triples, which led the team. His 7 triples did. He also had a career high in on-base percentage of 346, slugging percentage at 399, and OPS at 745. He hit the second most home runs with 7 and the second most RBIs, 42 in one season for his career. I've seen this guy, Gavin Lux, play a lot in Tulsa and Oklahoma City, which was a long time ago, but I can just tell you his offensive skills are the real deal. Max Muncy is another Dodger that started slow, in his case surely as a lingering effect to his injury, but recovered, hitting 261 in August and 259 in September. If Muncy can get hot, we all know the damage he can do, and as shown, he has rebounded, so the postseason will be a fresh start to 2022 for Muncy. Muncy has never been a guy that hit for an eye-popping average, but he is one that has driven in runs and slugged in the middle of the Dodgers lineup. Coming into this year, he had recorded just shy of 100 RBIs. Coming into this year, he had recorded just shy of 100 RBIs in his last 2 full seasons, both with less than 500 at-bats, and also recorded an OPS over 800 in his last 3 full seasons. That does not include 2020. The Dodgers hope to get something close to his Major League career OPS of 828 in the playoffs and get some good slugging in the middle of their lineup or wherever they put him in their lineup from Max Muncy. Cody Bellinger raised his average 7 points in the 5 games he played in October, hitting .438 in his 16 at-bats this month, including a home run and 5 RBIs. Bellinger hit below 200 in 3 different months this season and hit exactly 200 in July, so he's looking to turn the tides on 2022 and leave a lasting memory with a great playoff run. The only memory, we all know that, if the Dodgers win the World Series this year, that will be the only memory that the Dodgers take with them about 2022. And he hit great, like I said, in his last 6 games. Hopefully he can take that into the playoffs. But regardless of his offense, we know how great of a center fielder he is and how valuable that becomes in tight playoff games, especially considering that the Dodgers put a great offense around him. So hopefully Cody Bellinger can channel up some of his postseason magic and continue to hit the ball well like he did in October. Chris Taylor fought a left foot fracture that put him on a roller coaster ride this year in 2022 after deciding to remain a Dodger. If you remember last offseason, he chose to come back with Los Angeles. Taylor hit .221 this year with an OPS of .677, but recorded hits in 4 of his last 5 games, kind of like Bellinger. Finished hot and finished the season 6 for his last 21 with a double and 3 RBIs. Taylor did not record enough at bats to be considered even a qualified player. So like I said, it was kind of an up and down roller coaster type deal, marred with some injuries, that left foot fracture. And he did not play in the last 5 games, this time due to a neck issue. But it is reported that he is feeling better. He's expected to be on the postseason roster, and Dodgers fans surely never will forget his walk-off last year in the wild card round against the Cardinals. So he has the equity in terms of coming up clutch in big moments, and we all know what kind of damage Chris Taylor can do. Maybe the most talented as far as raw talent goes of any player on the Dodgers roster. Austin Barnes is another Dodger that didn't post an overwhelming batting average at .212, but he did finish hot, hitting .321 in August and .316 in September. Barnes, as we all know, is one of the most well-liked and respected members of the team. He does a great job handling the pitching staff and has shown the ability to play well in the postseason. He caught the last pitch, if you remember, of the 2020 World Series, which is a large reason why the Dodgers signed him to a 2-year deal this year, and he is going to be signed all the way through 2024. Barnes is in his 8th year with the Dodgers and has been a model of the culture that has been created in this organization that has played such a big part in the Dodgers' success. So excited to see what role Austin Barnes plays in this year's playoffs. Joey Gallo was acquired for Clayton Beeter and is a hitter that can hit a quarter of a mile worth of home runs, majestic type exit velocity type home runs that you're seeing here. But then he could also strike out 3 or 4 times in a game. Gallo hit 38 home runs last year and has hit over 42 other times in his career. So as we all know, his power is big, but he also, check this out, struck out 163 times in 350 at-bats this year. So he has been a lot of all or nothing. Gallo hit 7 home runs since joining the Dodgers at the beginning of August. Trey Thompson is a fan favorite in his 2nd time around with the Dodgers, and for very good reason. He has performed very well. Thompson hit .268 with the Dodgers this year and recorded an OPS of .901 to pair with his excellent defense that we all know he plays. He also had a great month of August, which followed a very good July. Then after a lull in September, he finished strong in October, hitting .556 this month in his 9 at-bats. So Thompson is a great defensive player that has shown more than adequate offense this year. So I'll be interested to see his role in the postseason this year. Excited to see that for Trey Thompson. Hanser Alberto keeps the clubhouse and the dugout loose and is very well liked as a teammate. He had .244 on the year with an OPS of .623 and has shown to be a very good offensive player in the recent past, hitting .270 in 21, .283 in 20, and .305 in 2019. That track record, combined with the type of teammate he is, gives him a good chance to land on a postseason roster as a possible right-handed stick off the bench, Hanser Alberto. So there you have it. There is the season in review 2022 for the offense. I'm glad that you've tuned in to Dodgers Daily, and I hope that you tune in tomorrow. I also hope that you visit DodgersDaily.net or visit Dodgers Daily on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. And I also hope you become a subscriber to our podcast, Dodgers Daily. Hey, as another reminder, if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends about Dodgers Daily, share this video so we can keep providing you content like this in the future and keep growing. As always, thanks for tuning in, and go Dodgers.